All right, folks, we are live. Welcome to another Coin Ranker Reviews. I'm your host, as always, VC Adam, here every single Monday, every single Friday, sharing in the degeneracy of looking at these micro cap plays, as well as some huge projects as well. Now, what we do here on the show is we look at projects using the Coin Ranker suite. This includes our buy bots, which is installed in thousands of different groups and supports, you guess it, more than just one chain. In fact, it supports a lot. It supports XRP, Solana, Polygon, Ethereum, Base Chain, BSC, and Ethereum as well. And you're able to see that off to the right-hand corner, right underneath our sponsor today, which is Miggles on Base. I told you guys, big and small projects. Everybody's using the CoinRanker Bible. Now, what we do is, of course, you have to have the Bybot installed. That's a prerequisite to look at the project. And second is if you book a trending spot and lead up to the show. So let's say, I don't know, it's Wednesday, right? Then you will be queued up for our Friday show. If you book on Thursday, you'll be queued up for a Friday show. If you book same day or even during the show, you'll be queued up for today's show, just like Flip did. We're going to have them on at the end during our XRPL coverage. And I probably should say the order of coverage. We're going to be starting out with base chain projects. Then we're going to be moving into Solana coverage, then a few XRPL projects, one BSC project, and one Ethereum project. Really curious to see what Kekis Maximus has been, been doing, because we have made some gains on that in the past. Really curious to see what they're up to. And I think I saw some people in the CoinRanker Reviews chat representing Kekias. I know for sure there's been a lot of people for Pinko. So I'm super excited to look at Pinko. I've personally never looked at it just yet. So I am quite excited there. Yeah, guys, let's get into it. So we're starting out with base chain coverage. Let's go ahead and drop the first notification out. Now, when I do this, this is not an indication for any project to insta-ape in, right? This is so you can get all the links in front of you. You can take a look at it in one spot. And then at the end, we give a rating. From high priority watch means it'd be a little silly not to pick up a bag, at least join their socials, down through avoid. Avoid is, it's probably a rug. There's something wrong. Definitely wait. And there's a lot of projects that fall in the middle as well. Maybe they're literally right in the middle, not really bullish, not really bearish. I want to see how they kind of survive the weekend, or in the case of Monday, I want to see what they have coming into the week. Very important to look at. And then don't worry, we are going to be covering Pinko after Purple Bitcoin. But look who's there, Alpha Kong. Let's go. Excited to hear from you again, bro. Let's grab the CA for Purple Bitcoin and take a look. And my regular mention of, if you're listening on X, we appreciate you, but you're in the wrong place. Make sure to make your way over to our Telegram, which is simply CoinRanker Reviews. Exactly as it sounds. If you're not native English speaking, sound it out. Or just type it in, CoinRanker Reviews. All of our links are on our X, so you won't get scammed. You won't go to the wrong one. And it's the one where we're talking in the VC. That's how you know. All right, let's take a look at Purple Bitcoin, guys. So what have they been up to? Well, I've been keeping a close eye on this one, and it's very nice to see that they are following the overlying markets and they're actually outpacing it, which is great. Another instance of low volume. However, I do give some mad respect to projects that have been on the show before and brought us gains, and this was one of them, and it did it twice. We found this super early on. I'm talking like December time, and we made some insane gains on this. I'm talking to the tune of like, I think it was like more than a 4x. Pretty good. Again, we're not looking for 100x's here. 2x I'm happy with. 5x I'm happy with. You want to bring us a 10x? Hell yeah, we'll celebrate it. But we're being realistic, right? So let's drop the notification and let's take a look at Purple Bitcoin. Okay, cool. So we're going to bring Alpha Kong up here in just a second, but same instance as before. I want to see what their X is about. So volume, it needs some work. Okay, is what it is. But is there something exciting on the horizon for Purple Bitcoin? Well, first of all, we got to follow them. For whatever that's worth, giving you guys a follow because I'm happy to see you back on the show. Looks like they revamped their website. What did I just click into? What was that? Oh, a referral contest. Okay. How did they do the referral contest? Giving away $1,000 Oh my God. Can you imagine the flood of people complaining? Sir, I won. I won. That guy cheated. Sir, sir. I do not envy you guys at Pro Bitcoin when you're doing these contests for $1,000. That's like, $1 million to some people. Like, holy shit. I'm going to ask you about that. I want to know how you did this because that sounds like utter chaos. But I do like this. Look, they're sharing their analytics for Telegram growth. Fantastic. Now, I mean, can this be, faked with just adding bots into your group? Of course it can. But still, the reason why I pay attention to it is because this token has done numbers in the past. And it's the same people. Kong's been around. James have been around. They're just grinding. They're killing it. So, again, more giveaways. A lot of giveaways, huh? Oh, hey, thanks for the mention there on the Trendy account. Appreciate you. 2,400 people listening and probably only some of them that are on the TG. Make your way over to the Telegram. All right. Well, I've seen enough. There's activity. That's what I wanted to see. Let's bring Alpha Kong up for a quick pitch and update on Purple Bitcoin. Alpha Kong, welcome back, man.
What's up, Adam? What's up? Nice to see you, man.
Dude, it's a pleasure to have you back, man. So, dude, it's been a while, man. So many things to go over. Trump wasn't even president last time you were on, if I'm not mistaken. So, dude,
right,
tell us what's good, man.
Yeah, man. I think the last time that we talked, it was like right after the whole liquidity crisis when Trump kind of blew the market up, the first explosion, I guess you want to call it, in the last few weeks, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we've definitely felt, we've been a part of everyone on Solana that's just felt the downturn from that. I mean, as you mentioned, just when you introduced us, I mean, we've been trading kind of in tandem with the market. I mean, if you compare Sol to Purple Bitcoin, I think we're actually outperforming it. So, I mean, what the admins and what the community has really been focusing on is just kind of like recalibrating and starting to build our foundation as far as, growing our Telegram group. We're doing that giveaway right now. So it's funny. It was a little bit chaos, but we have a couple developers in the group that just wrote a code for a bot that is tracking all of the mentions. And then that's how we're counting the numbers to go in. So there can't be any, fuckery or anything. So that made things a little bit easier because, that was one of our main concerns. But we had some smart people that saw that coming.
There's still people. I know there's still people DMing.
Oh, for sure.
I won.
Happy, but
no, that's awesome though, man. So I wanted to ask, right, because people that are new to this project, they might not know. You guys actually went with the same supply as Bitcoin, but it's actually down from where it was because you restricted the supply, right? You actually burned some tokens, if I'm not mistaken, took them out of circulation, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I mean, that's why I think what attracts a lot of people to this project is that there's actually an auto burn mechanism written into the smart contract, because it was a CTO, but when there's a lot of volume and especially a lot of sell pressure, it auto burns. So the supply is constantly shrinking. So kind of like Bitcoin we're hoping to get, Bitcoin, it took 15 years to get to where they are right now. And we're thinking that because it's on Solana and the supply is available, and once this project takes off, which I don't think there's anyone in this Telegram or in this community that will tell you that it's not, just because everyone's working so hard to build and launch new exciting utilities. I mean, the supply is only going to get shorter. I mean, we saw it when we got up to our all-time high. I think there was only 225,000 tokens in circulation. So, I mean, we're not too much further until there starts to become a real supply squeeze. And once we hit that point, probably 20, 25 million, I'd want to guess. I mean, things are going to go parabolic. So, I mean, we've been just focusing on building the communities up right now. We started working with a marketing agency named Alchemist. They brought 8 people on board. He's most well known for, he helped build if you're familiar with the Galaxy platform, he ran the socials for the Galaxy platform, and they have over 420,000 followers. He's worked for Gary Vee. He's worked for a basketball player that played for the Knicks, Jeremy Lin. He did NFT launch for him. Super legit guy. He got recommended through a PR company that we were working with. So we're excited for that. So that's going to be launching next week. I kind of wish I could have came on after all of these announcements, because next week's going to be huge for us. We're also we're partnering, or we have a community member that it lives in Egypt that had connected us to his wholesale travel agency. So officially next week we're launching Purple Travel. Purple Travel is going to offer. It's going to be the only place with 100% wholesale deals, up to 25% off on flights, hotels, car rental, anything you could find on like Kayak or Expedia. If you hold Purple Bitcoin, you'll be able to get access to those, and we're not taking a cut for, you know, the owners of that. It's going to be completely co-op, community owned. And every time you use it, we're also going to burn a little bit of the supply as well, donate a little bit to the marketing wallet to keep things moving. So we're really excited about that. We've had a couple guys on the team, shout out to Steve and Harold, that have been grinding super, super hard. And then, yeah, I think we're sending out proposals to MEXC and Jupiter and Orca for some kind of collaboration on this next big marketing push that we're going to do. So, I mean, the chart definitely doesn't reflect what people have been contributing and what we've been building. I mean, our whole thing was, you know, if the market's going down and things are kind of tanking, I mean, it's always been our philosophy to just, you know, take a step back and really focus on the foundation of what really builds a strong project. And if you do that hard work while the markets are down and people can grind through the bad times, I mean, as soon as the good times come and the next, hopefully Trump does something, or, you know, they launch the strategic reserve or a giant buy of Solana. I mean, who knows what could happen now, right? But when that time comes, I mean, we'll be ready, because we're just going to keep building and building and building. And, you know, we're only, like I said, 20 million, 25 million supply squeeze, and then it's Bitcoin all over again. And that's what we're trying to go for, become the store of value on the Solana network. 90% of the projects are rugging you, and you'll always be able to put your funds into Purple Bitcoin and be safe, you know, because this project's all centered around community and trust.
Dude, super cool. I didn't know any of that stuff, man. Wow. So high level marketing company coming in. You got the ability to use Purple Bitcoin to qualify for some awesome travel benefits. I've heard some pretty big platforms, Kayak as well. Anything that's on Kayak, you can book as well. That would come in handy, man. I'm going on a honeymoon trip at the end of this month here. So, man, I wish I would have known ahead of time. But this is really cool. So, let me ask, because I remember I did see you guys have those kind of mobile billboard ads on those trucks. It was like a month ago or something. What are you seeing as far as public perception? Like, almost everyone knows about Bitcoin. Even, you know, my grandma knows about Bitcoin, but it doesn't mean they understand it. So have you had any significant, you know, inflow from people on the street, let's say, seeing these ads or word of mouth coming into the project and maybe picking this up instead of Bitcoin as a true option?
I think people that, I mean, we did, so when we set up those billboards, we did it at the WAGMI festival in Miami, and then we also had the billboards that were all over Los Angeles. It was poorly timed with the fires that happened, which we didn't plan on or set, obviously, but I think people are taking notice, and they're just everyone's just kind of watching right now, just because, you know, we are in the Solana network, and Solana is going down, and the blockchain is just kind of getting some poor press. But I think people are hungry for honest, transparent projects. You know, I mean, there's just been so much bad press. So I think the market is hungry for, you know, something that they can actually believe in, and actually just know that when they invest in it, they're not going to, you know, get rug pulled in 5 seconds. So, I mean, we had DaVinci Jeremy. He shouted us out on his live stream and talked about us for a few times, and he's been kind of keeping a watchful eye. So we got some good public perception from that. But yeah, the IRL marketing was funny, man. It was like everyone, it seemed like a lot of community members just got together and decided, like, hey, let's go to all the Bitcoin festivals, and let's go to all the crypto festivals, and just let the word be known. So we're in the lexicon of the crypto world, because there was a ton of people there. So we'll see.
Dude, that's awesome. Real question, forget Binance and all that stuff. When Sailor shill? That's the We'll get there. We'll get there. But dude, this is cool, man. Appreciate you giving us all the deets before it drops. I think that's great. Coming into the weekend is usually a great discount buying opportunity as well. We literally had someone in the chat that said they bought in before G did because they thought it was a scam, and then looked back later and was like, God damn. So I love projects like that because for me, it's a learning lesson, and I like to see why. Why did I think it was a scam? How did it prove itself to not be a scam? And how can I look for projects like that, or maybe even revisit ones that are still grinding like yourself? So pretty cool to hear that. I love to hear that people are literally sharing that in our chat itself. So, hey guys, thanks so much for coming up. Alpha Kong, appreciate the time on a Friday. Give a quick shout out to James for me. I know he's been on my DMs. Really good dude as well. And hope we can have you guys back soon, man.
Thanks, Adam. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I'd love to talk to you in a week or two after all of this stuff is launching. We're in the build phase right now, but should be exciting.
Nah, man, let's do it. All right. Well, guys, that was Alpha Kong from Purple Bitcoin. If you never picked up Bitcoin, maybe now's your chance. It's not too late. It's only at 2.6 million. It's barely at 14 cents, guys. Imagine finding Bitcoin at 14 cents. My personal Bitcoin story, not to bore you guys, but I have to say it. Whatever the price of Bitcoin was in the summer of 2013 was when I started getting into Bitcoin, and I mined my first Bitcoin in my dorm room in college in Arizona. Of course, I do not have that PC anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I think it was part of like a shared mining pool or something, but it was like a shitty gateway desktop. That shows you how long ago it was. A really shitty gateway desktop. I probably didn't even mine that much, maybe like 0.2 Bitcoin or something, part of the shared pool. But still, I remember hearing about it and I was like, oh, this is so cool. You can buy drugs with this. Never ended up doing that. And probably for good, because I think Alphabet came out after and Silk Road got shut down and blah, blah, blah. But damn, I wish I still had that PC. Anyways, that's my Bitcoin story. So I'm curious to see what your guys' was as well. Honestly, share it in the chat. I'd really love to hear it because everyone kind of has an interesting one. Either they ended up cheating or somehow they held on to it, which kudos to you if you held it all that time. Most people didn't. I definitely didn't. But pretty crazy. So, is it hard to become the next Bitcoin? Yeah, it's almost impossible because Bitcoin was really almost an immaculate conception before anybody really understood the power, right? They didn't understand the power of cryptocurrency, and it put it on the scene, and then it provided, a way to transact, and it was solidified through the whole, pizza thing, and it's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So, I always love that lore. And I think there will be another coin that kind of follows in its suit, but it's very difficult. So am I looking for it to be the next Bitcoin? Maybe not necessarily, but I love that it's the strongest Bitcoin token on Solana. That's what I'm looking for. That's what really the category I put it into, and they have a great team behind it. So for me, I'm definitely putting this on the watch list. When they come back, sounds like they will be back in about a couple weeks time or less. I think they can move up to high priority watch, but I want to see what that marketing does. If they give us a 2x, I promise you guys from the Purple Bitcoin team, you will be moving to a high priority watch. Mark my words, you will be moving to that because you made us all money from today's dates. But let's see how it plays out, guys.